Hello bakers and welcome to the Great Terre Haute Baking Show. I'm your host, Nicole Norton. Paul Hollywood and Mary Berry were unable to join me today, but today I will be demonstrating how to make the iconic Nicole Norton's Perfect Chocolate Chip Cookie. I have perfected these over my years of baking for when you want something a little sweet, but also a little salty with fun chocolate chips inside of it. So in this demonstration today, I will be showing you the materials and ingredients needed, the recipe and process of how to do it, and then the final product and some alterations that I found along the way that make the cookie even better. So to start off with, the materials that are needed are a stand mixer with a bowl, and then you also need a small bowl to mix together your dry ingredients, measuring cups and measuring spoons for measuring the ingredients, and then you also will need 2 cookie sheets, preferably with parchment paper on top because then it's easier to take things off. The ingredients needed for this recipe are 2 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then you will also need 1 cup Crisco, 2 tablespoons of water, 2 large eggs, 1 3/4 cup of white sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then 1 bag of your choice of chocolate chips. Today I will be using the unicorn pink and blue swirl just because I think they're fun. So to start off with, before you even do anything, you need to preheat your oven to 375. Then, in your small bowl, mix together the flour, baking soda, and the salt. Put that aside. And then in the stand mixer, you need to cream together the Crisco, the water, and both sugars. After those are done, add in the vanilla and mix it all up until it's all smooth. And then add each egg one at a time. Once that's all done, start to put in the dry ingredients, but personally, I suggest using the measuring cup and putting in a cup at a time. This makes it so the flour doesn't spill out and go everywhere and make a big old mess that you do not want. As soon as everything's mixed up and combined fully, it's time to put in your chocolate chips. I have found the best thing to do is to fold in the chocolate chips instead of using the stand mixer because it's a whole lot for the stand mixer to deal with and it's a lot easier to make sure everything's combined thoroughly. Whenever you're done mixing, your batter should look like this. It's very good. Also, you should try your batter. You're supposed to try your batter because you don't want to serve nasty cookies to your friends and family. Now that you've tried your batter and it's absolutely perfect and delicious, it's time to scoop out onto your cookie sheets. I suggest putting 12 cookies on a sheet just so they have room to spread and bake evenly. So you're going to put those in your oven at 375 for 10 minutes or until golden brown, but that's usually at the 10-minute mark. And now here are the finished product. They're very, very good. I've been baking these my entire life and they get better every time. Now, let's go back. And I said I was going to explain some alterations that I've made to the original recipe that I got it from. So in the original recipe, it says to use 2 1/4 cup of flour, but I use 2 3/4. It gives you a little bit more batter and makes the batter less sticky because you don't want a sticky batter. Another thing is, in the original recipe, it talks about using actual butter instead of Crisco. I use Crisco because it adds a different flavor and it also, whenever you add the water, it makes the batter creamier and not as dry. Also, we have found that you can use an egg beater instead of 2 eggs. This gives you more precise measurement and you don't have to worry about if your eggs are too big or too small. Another thing is you can use whatever morsels you want. I use these because I think they're fun, pretty, and they're actually not chocolate chips, they're vanilla morsels, but they're still really good. You can use chocolate chips, M&Ms, nuts, whatever you want in there. Also, in the original recipe, it says to bake for 9 to 11 minutes. I found that 10 minutes is the absolute perfect spot to do it. They're still golden brown, but they're gooey whenever they come out, and very, very good. Okay. So in conclusion, today in this masterclass, I have taught you how to make the iconic Nicole Norton's Perfect Chocolate Chip Cookie. I went over how to bake them, the materials and ingredients needed, and some alterations and the final product. I hope you enjoyed our masterclass today, bakers, and have a great day.